Because joy is the serious business of heaven, it is our business as we prepare for heaven. Let us have joy. How will we have joy? Isaiah 56, verse 6 and 7. All who keep the Sabbath without discrediting it, and who hold fast to my covenant, this I will bring to my holy mountain, and give them joy in my house of prayer. How do we keep the joy of Jesus Christ? By keeping the Sabbath, by not discrediting it. Isaiah 58 verse 13. If you turn away your foot from the Sabbath, from doing your pressure on my whole day, and call the Sabbath at the right, the whole day of the Lord honorable, and you shall honor him, not doing your own ways, nor finding your own pressure, nor speaking your own words, then you shall delight yourself in the Lord. And I will cause you to ride on the high hills of the earth, and feed you with the heritage of Jacob your father. The mouth of the Lord has spoken this. These are God's promises. If we only keep the Sabbath day holy, God has said that if we do not turn our feet from doing our own ways, from doing as we please, and come and rest his whole day, and call the day of the Lord the right, God will cause us to lie on the high hills, and he will feed us with the heritage of Jacob. God gave us the law which is holy and perfect, as we have seen that the law of God is holy and perfect. Psalms 19 verse 7 and 8. The law of the Lord is perfect, comforting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making the wise simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. All the laws of the Lord are pure. All the commandments of God is holy and perfect. The testimony of God is sure. It will make our hearts to rejoice. It will make us wise. It will make us to be simple. And know that Romans 7 verse 12. Therefore, the law is holy, and the commandment holy and just and good. Just because you keep the law doesn't make you a legalist. If you ask someone, do you want to be a murderer? He will say no. Do you want to be a thief? He will say no. Do you want to be a liar? He will say no. If you say all these things no, but you don't want to keep God's law, why don't you keep God's law? And God's law is simple, because Jesus said, if you love me, keep my commandments. What are these commandments? Number 1, thou shalt not have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take a name. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor your father and mother. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not accuse anyone falsely. Thou shalt not covet. Oh, those are the commandments of God. And these commandments, you have been told, they are holy. There is no commandment which is greater than the other one. And God's law, it doesn't change. It doesn't make sense if we say that we are not able to be murderers, we are not willing to be thieves, we are not willing to be liars, and yet we don't keep God's law. That doesn't make sense. Every law is important in the eyes of the Lord. James 2 verse 10 to 12, and it says, for whoever keeps the whole law and yet stumbles at just one point is guilty of breaking all of it. For he who said, do not commit adultery, also said, do not commit murder. If you commit adultery, but you do not commit murder, you have become the law breaker. Speak and act as those who are going to be charged by the law that gives freedom. Speak and act by the one who will be judged by the law. And we are being told Jesus came to fulfill the law and not to abolish. Matthew 5 verse 17 and 19. There will be false dreams and false visions which have some truth, but led away from the original faith. The Lord has given men a rule by which to detect them, to the laws and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this, it is because there is no right in them. Prophets will come. They will come with follies, and these follies, it may be seem that it is true, but it is not true. How will we know them? We are told that for us to know them, to the law and the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, these people, they are false prophets. And in them, take heed lest you be deceived by the Sunday sacredness. Man say, we can keep the Sabbath on any day of the week. But God said, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord. No matter what man say, man can say that we can keep any day of the week as a Sabbath, but God say, keep the seventh day holy as the Sabbath day. There is a way which seems right unto man, but the end thereof are ways of death. You might say that it is good to do anything, to worship or to call any day of the week the Sabbath of the Lord, but remember that there is a way which seems right unto man, but the end thereof are ways of death. It is better to trust the Lord than to put confidence in man. Psalms 118 verse 8. There was nothing poisonous in the fruit of the tree of knowledge itself, nothing that could cause death in partaking of it. The tree had been placed in the garden to test their loyalty to God. The tree in the Garden of Eden, there was nothing there which was to cause someone to die, but the tree was put there to test their loyalty. Will they obey God or not? The fourth commandment is there. It is not particularly the matter of the day, but the matter of obedience. Will we obey God or not? Just try to obey God, and God will guide you in all things which you are doing. What are some of the reasons why we should worship on Saturday? Why we should go to church on Saturday and worship our Creator and our Master? Number one, God chose a specific day. This is the day which Lord chose. It is the day we are being told from the book of Genesis 2 verse 2 and 3. It says, by the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work. And God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done. So God is the one who has made it. God chose a specific day. The book of Exodus chapter 20, verse 8 to 11, it says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord. In it you shall not do any work, you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your servant, nor any stranger who is within your gates. For in 6 days God created the heaven and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them. But on the seventh day, God rested from all the work which he has done. Therefore, God blessed the Sabbath day and sanctified it. We are being called to rest the day of the Sabbath as the Saturday Sabbath of the Lord. Number two, it is a seal or a mark or a sign of allegiance to God. It is a covenant which we make to God. The Sabbath is a seal of the covenant of God. The book of Ezekiel 20 verse 12 and 20, and it says, And I gave them my Sabbaths as a covenant between me and them, so that they might know that I, the Lord, am the one who sanctifies them. Keep my Sabbaths holy, that they may be a sign between us. Then you will know that I am the Lord, your God. God is saying that if we keep the Sabbath holy, we will know that it is our God who keeps us holy. Number 3, Jesus and his disciples kept the Sabbath day, and they also went to worship on Saturday. Luke 4 verse 16. And it says, he went to Nazareth where he had been brought up, and on the Sabbath day he went into the synagogue as his custom was. Jesus went into the synagogue as his custom was. Number 4, it is also the day of worship in heaven. The book of Isaiah 66 verse 22 to 24. When we get to heaven, we will go to worship on the Saturday, the Sabbath of the Lord. Number 5, to have a true worship. The reason why we worship on Saturday is to have a true worship. God has called us from the book of Revelation 14 verse 6 to 12 to have a true worship. The first angel's message is to worship God, to fear God and give glory to Him, because the hour of judgment has come. Worship Him who made the heaven and the earth, the sea, and all in them. So the Sabbath is a remembrance of what God has done for us, of our Creator. He has created us. He has made everything. So when we come to God on the Sabbath, this is the day we remember what God has did for us as our Creator.